Does that mean that I am live everywhere? Is that even the right? This is not even the right microphone, is it? No. It's probably this one. Does that mean that I am live everywhere? Is that even the right? This is not even the right microphone. Okay, there you go. This is the right mic. Does that mean that I am live everywhere? Is that even the right? Yo, happy Thanksgiving. Okay, there you go. This is the right mic. Does that mean that I am live everywhere? This is the right mic. Does that mean that I am live everywhere? Is that even the right? Yo, happy Thanksgiving. What up, guys? What's going on? The echo will go away, don't worry. Happy Thanksgiving, broskies. This is going to be a quick stream. I got a ton of stuff to do today. You know, on Thanksgiving, I'm the chef. So I'm a busy guy on Thanksgiving Day. Only reason I'm here right now is because I'm waiting for my wife to tell me to come downstairs and take care of business. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I got my turkey right here. This bad boy. I'm going to massacre it. What up, my bros? What's going on? I have been out of the streaming, so I'm like out of, what do you call it? I'm not in shape, you know? I'm not in shape, so I gotta pick myself up again. So I do want to start with a brief. Some of you don't like it, but you know, I'm not religious or anything. I'm just trying to fill the emptiness, you know, that only perhaps faith can fill. So I want to say I'm thankful that I'm here with you guys, that I have this privilege, really, you know, to be able to have time to afford come here, you know, sit down, hang out with you guys. I haven't done it in I want to say like 2 months maybe. I was out because I was, you know, dealing with some personal illnesses. I don't want to get into specifics, but that's what it is. You know, so I want to say thank you. Whatever you may or may not believe in, it's important to believe in something. Even if it's just an excuse to get together with family, like Christmas. Maybe you don't believe in Santa Claus. Whatever, bro. Doesn't fucking matter. It's a pretext to get together with your friends and family. Okay? It's an excuse to be happy and in a good mood. So I want to say thank you to all of you for being here. I want to say thank you to God for allowing us a chance to be here. Thank you for not making us kids starving in Africa to begin with. Thank you for providing for our children. And let's get going. Yeah. So, you know, a lot of you know I've been doing this stuff, trying to make it viable in a way financially, you know, but you know, that may add a lot of the stress. So I decided I'm not gonna be asking for donations, nothing like that. If you can't afford it, if you have rich money, if you're a baller, that's your problem. If you want to donate, I'm gonna do this for the fun factor. I am in a privileged position where I don't need to do this for money. So it's not that I'm relying on my stream adventure to become financially successful in order for me to sustain my family. So, unfortunately, you know, when you try to play the streamer game, if you try to follow the standard, You gotta beg, you gotta ask for tips, donations, subs, all that crap. If you go into the platform is designed just for that. Like nothing, there's no interaction on Twitch between the viewers and us other than donation in the live chat, but that's it, you know? So we're gonna forget about that. We're not gonna stress about money. Whatever happens, happens. If God wants to bless us with views, let it be. And, fuck the bitches, bro. Fuck the bitches, bro. It's all about the ambience, bro. You like my ambience? You like my ambience? I'm here by the windowsill. Bro. It's too bright, but I'm here by the windowsill. So, what's going on? So yeah, I probably won't be playing GTA I'm a little bit burned out on GTA. That's not the reason I couldn't stream. That's not why I didn't stream. It just when I was thinking about what to do on stream, I was like, hey, let's fire up GTA. I was like, you know what? I don't want to do anything on GTA right now. There's no reason for me to go back anyways. I'm gonna wait until the mansions come out. Maybe before that, actually, we might do it this weekend. We might do like on Black Friday, which is tomorrow, maybe Saturday. We'll do something fun on GTA. But for today, at least, right now, this moment, right now, I couldn't do like a 6-7 hour stream. I really wanted to stream. I couldn't stream yesterday, even though I thought I was going to do it. But I wanted to at least come for whatever the time it is now and be here. Not only for me, but for you guys. I'm so sorry I let you down by not being able to communicate with you on Discord. I wasn't able, really, unfortunately. I promise you. You like rafkong. How is that even possible? Like, bro, that's so stupid that you say that, bro. You know? Like, trust me, guys. I had to back away. Your level, that's right. You feel like me, but you're burnt out. You're level 1000 in GTA, and you can't take it anymore. It's not that I can't take it anymore. It's just that, I'm 44 years old, okay? Yeah, I like video games, but I'm not obsessed with video games, and I'm not perhaps that enthusiastic. Like, wow, super hardcore enthusiastic with video games. You know what I'm saying? I just like when I like, sometimes. I have a bunch of games, and many of you will identify with me on this. I have dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of games on every platform you can think of. I got Nintendo, I got PlayStation, I got PC, I got, you name it, bro. Anything. Emulator, not emulator. Phone, mobile games. And, every time I play, I come back to the same shit. Either GTA or Red Dead Redemption, usually. On my phone, I have I have Angry Birds 2, but I've been playing that game for 10 years, nonstop. So, but I haven't played it in months. I haven't played that game. I think my first Twitch stream actually was an Angry Birds stream. I was doing a test because you can live stream from your phone and you can live stream your mobile games on the Twitch app. So if you guys play on your phone, you can download the Twitch app if you don't have it already and just stream your screen to Twitch. You're not doing anything. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. You can. The camera doesn't work, so you're not going to have your face on it. It's just the game. And if you want to put your voice, you can talk, but you don't have to. But at least turn it on, Yo, nothing I can do about the ads. Twitch has, no matter what configuration I do, Twitch is going to put ads on the screen. I can't turn them off totally. Look at this bad boy over here, bro. I cook a turkey every Thanksgiving. It's been thawing in the fridge since yesterday. But, I took it out since I'm going to start preparing it later. I'm going to butter it up. I'm going to salt it up. My turkeys are never dry. I make the most moist turkeys ever. because the trick is to fatten it. Turkey is a very lean bird. It's very lean, so it doesn't really cook juicy inside unless you keep basting it. So a lot of people have to keep basting it means you gotta keep showering it with the freaking liquid. Keep constantly pouring liquid over it. I do a little basting, not really too much, to be honest. I actually drench it. I take butter sticks. For turkey this size, I'll probably use 2 butter sticks. I'll take 2 butter sticks and salt them, very salty, because you remember the meat is going to absorb a lot of that salt. So it can feel salty, like when you mix the butter that already has salt, or even if it's unsalted, but when you mix butter and the salt, what happens is that it's going to be very, very salty to the taste. But when you put it on the turkey, bro, when it cooks, that salt is going to dilute. So that's why in the United States, like Anglo white people, right? Food. They're not used to using a lot of variety in spices like in the Africas or in the Americas do, or in the in the Asian regions. That's just a historical thing, nothing to do with anything. Remember, the trade 500, 600 years ago was all about spices, importing spices from the Orient, India, China, Middle East, all those places to Europe. And that was the business, bro, and into the Americas too, from those places. So historically, they never used a lot of seasoning, a lot of different varieties in spices. So right now, it's still, embedded into the culture of cooking. Not the bland foods, but the reason food turns out bland is because right now in 2025, a lot of people have lost the talent of cooking because they no longer have to cook on a daily basis like they used to a few decades ago. So people are afraid of the salt. But they don't, there's some science to it, and you got to account for salt. So you gotta salt your food properly so that when you eat it, the ambience of the eating is edible, bro. Like the ambience has to also be edible. You ever heard that you eat through the eyes first? You know what I'm saying? You eat through the eyes first. Let's see. You remember Talking Tom? Hey, Talking Tom, bro. I had fun when that shit came out originally. What's Thanksgiving? Well, Thanksgiving, it's a holiday that was created in the United States after the colonizers, the original pilgrims, they call it, right? The original Europeans. When I say original, I don't mean the first ever in the history of mankind in the millions of years. I mean in modern colonizing history, in the history of the creation of the United States as a nation. This was wild land. It was not claimed by anyone. It's like when Columbus arrived in the Caribbean islands. There were tribes, and they were the owners of the land technically, but they weren't colonized. They were not part of a major empire. So when the Pilgrims came to the United States, there was no empire in the United States. There was no other colony in the United States. Like the British were not here yet. The Europeans were not here yet. They were focused on the Caribbean. So because you had the same thing that's going on now essentially in the UK, bro. The UK, even though the UK doesn't, I'll tell you what, the reason they don't celebrate Thanksgiving in the UK is because the UK resents Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a consequence of the fascism and dictatorship of the British Empire. So you got the Pilgrims the colonizers, the original colonizers of the United States that came from Europe, escaping the royal oppression, the rule of law. So when they arrived here, right, they first they didn't arrive like in a boat directly from the UK to the United States straight up. It was actually a travesty. Like like they got into a boat, and the boat, like the ship was already used, a little old ship, but it was still good. And then they navigated and they tried to come to this side, but then something happened, and then they had to divert from England to somewhere else. I think south of England. I forgot exactly where they had to go, and then they spent some time there in a different town, a different city, a different country, but part of the British Empire at that time. And while there, they actually spent a few months living there or something like that. While they had to fix the ship and build up supplies, they actually stayed a few months living there. And then after that, they departed again. Once they were ready, they tried again the voyage to the west, to this continent. So when they finally arrived, it took too long at sea. They had to go through some storms, whatever, the tribulations of the ocean. And when they hit land here, they were still not finding a proper place where to find crops, because they arrive up north. They're talking about the New York area, the all that Massachusetts, that area. If you think about the east coast of the United States, northeast, south of the Canada border, that's where around that area they entered. Maryland, those places. So it's not a good cropping place, So they brought some animals with them. They brought some seeds and stuff, but they couldn't really start producing food and sustainability when they arrived. So winter came. Winter. New England. Yeah, thank you. So winter came, and it was a really tough fucking winter, okay? Guys, I wasn't born in the United States, even though I'm a United States citizen. And I live in the United States, and my stepdad is a United States Marine. This is my father. I have my biological father, my stepdad. So this is the Purple Heart medal. This was earned by my grandfather. My stepfather, right? In one of his, he fought in like 3 wars, bro. He was forcefully recruited at 18 back in World War II, bro. I will show you pictures. I got a whole file, the whole military file. I have it, bro. I have it on PDF, actually. The military sent it to me. But I digress. All this to say that, I know this history because I'm interested in history. So that's why I know a little bit about how the Thanksgiving came to pass. So the Pilgrims were here. They were in winter. They couldn't have crops. They had no food. They were running out of resources that they brought with them from Europe. A lot of them died of illness, and along the way when they had to stop at that town before coming here. He was drafted. So his father and mother had to sign for my stepdad. I got the paperwork. I have the form where they had to sign and authorize, giving permission for him to be drafted. Because back then, like, he was so young that he had to get permission from the parents. They actually lowered the drafting age after that. I think in Vietnam they lowered it to 18, but before that I think it was 21. I'm not sure. Don't burn me at the stake because of that. Anyway, this is mine, by the way. That's from Dominican Republic. I was military intelligence for the Air Force. So this is my Zippo lighter, bro. I had this Zippo lighter since 1996. Okay, so I had this for 29 years. The pouch and the lighter. Because when I got the lighter, I bought it from a guy brand new at that time. Well, he bought it and I bought it from him, so it was already used. But I bought this pouch, and then I put my insignia here permanently. I was military. I was recruited at 14. Anyway, that's a different story for a different day. So going back to the Pilgrims, so they were starving, they were dying, they were in winter, they were in the New England area, like they was said, like up there, New England, New York, Massachusetts, Delaware, all that crap, and that's when they already had interactions with the natives, but they weren't too well. But during the winter, the natives extended some humanity, and they shared, and they survived. The Pilgrims survived winter because of the help of the natives, and that's why the Thanksgiving came, bro. It's a tradition to thank the natives for the help they gave the Pilgrims and allowing them to survive. And you could argue all day long, oh, but the Pilgrims then colonized them. Oh, what a way to pay it. So what, bro? Everything is colonized in history. Everyone has been colonized everywhere. When I'm in Vegeta mode, I'm in angry mode, bro. Fuck Goku. Yeah, giving thanks. What's going on, bros? Mr. Johnny Blaze. So that's the history of Thanksgiving, roughly. Roughly. It's actually created by the UK. So that's why they don't celebrate in the UK, because it's a repudiation of the British Empire, which you still have. You have King Charles. A lot of people don't realize. They just see them as a tabloid figure, like the royal family. You think it's just gossip or something like that, bro. They are the rulers, like at the top of the top. They are at the top of the pyramids, bro. They are the rulers, really. That's what the UN is all about. The UN, the European Union, all that crap. That's what it's all about. Is a modern version of the British Empire. That's what it is. Except that this time around, they share it. It's not just the one king, but it's different quote unquote kingdoms. You'll have the kingdom of North America, the kingdom of the United States, the kingdom of Canada. Well, Canada technically actually is part of the UK. They have a prime minister, and they have a queen or a king now, right? Same thing with Australia, right? They are colonies. Bro, it was a dispute between France and England, right? Okay, I don't know my history, but let's find out. Is Canada British? Is part of the UK? Let's see. Is Canada? Maybe I'm wrong, bro. No, it's not part of the UK. Although Canada is a British colony, was a British colony, and shares the same monarch as the UK. Okay. So they're even saying it. So they're not anymore, but they were. Right? It says that the final constitutional ties ended in 1982 and Canada. Okay, so Canada has been independent from the United Kingdom, from the British Kingdom, since 1982. So they were part. They were part. That's from the international.gc.ca. Anyway, I don't give a fuck. I'm not Canadian, and even if I was, I wouldn't care. The point is that's what's going on, guys. It's people talk about redistribution of wealth, but it's more like a consolidation of power, really. And of course, wealth redistribution will basically is a consequence of power consolidation, because you're also consolidating resources. That's why the argument, socialists and communists argue the stupidest things ever. I was born in Dominican Republic. In Dominican Republic, there was a dictator. for 30 years, since the 30s, since 1931 to 1961. Rafael, like me, I'm Rafael Trujillo, right? And to this day, Dominicans in Dominican Republic brag about the fact that when he was a dictator and when he was in charge and in power and in control of the Dominican Republic, that there was no national debt. There was no national debt. And it's true. It's true. But when you are a dictator, you have no national debt, bro. No one lends you money. There's no debt to be paid because no one lends you money. Okay? Modern, democratic, free, capitalist, even those so-called countries that call themselves socialists, like in Europe, like, you know, they're really capitalists at the end of the day. They're all for profit. They don't really have a real socialist system. Because people are there and make money, and they live a life of opulence if they want to, but a comfortable life, just like in the U.S. So, the fuck was I saying? So dictatorships don't really have debt like that. So they rely on the consolidation of wealth and resources. So, for example, what Trujillo did in Dominican Republic was that if you were a rich person and you owned a lot of land, he would either force you to sign it over to him, or he would just kill you or kidnap you and disappear you and appropriate your land, which is actually what happened to my grandfather, my father's father. My father's father was a very, very, very rich and wealthy landowner. Like the amount of land my grandfather owned in Dominican Republic is about half the size of the capital of the Dominican Republic, of Santo Domingo. And he was kidnapped, and because he was a declared public enemy of the dictatorship, my father's father, my grandfather, he was kidnapped and he was disappeared by the dictatorship, and all his land was appropriated by the dictatorship. And in the 1990s, after 1996, my father was able, through legal avenues, started to get back some of the land or some reparations from that appropriation that occurred decades later in the 40s and the 50s. But that's how dictatorships do it, you know? They don't have national debt because no one will lend them money, bro. Okay? Bro, if you live in the ghetto, okay, and you have a 400 credit score, and you have 5 bankruptcies, and you have 10 repossessions, and you have child support, and you have everything, bro, no, Chase Bank is not going to lend you money. Okay? Chase Bank is not going to lend you money. The United States has socialist part of the economy. Private ownership. There is private ownership here. It's just that the people that don't own anything don't make even a minimum effort. In the United States, it's so easy to own something. You don't have to make a lot of effort to own a house or a car. If you live in Latin America, for example, or places in Asia, Europe, it's very expensive to buy a car. Maybe not China, because they make a lot of cars. But it's fucking expensive to buy a car. You know, like the car that costs here $2,000 over there will cost $10,000. The same car. So here in the United States, it's actually easier to get a car loan than to get a credit card. It's easier for a person with no credit or bad credit to go get a $20,000 car loan with zero money, or like maybe $500 or $1,000 down. It's a lot easier for them to do that, to get a car loan, than to get a $500 or $300 credit card approved. Reality. There are credit cards for bad credit. They exist. But the big picture wise, it's harder to get a credit card than a car loan. And the same thing with a mortgage. Getting a mortgage is actually very easy in the US. The only thing the main thing, I mean, there's many factors, right? Credit, length of employment or length of income. But really the main thing you got to worry about, the main thing is income. Income to debt ratio. And, mortgage companies, they don't even care if you have collections accounts from 5 years ago. They don't look at that shit. To them, that's old history. Even if you never pay them, they don't care about that. It's what's recent, last year, last 2 years. What is taking money out of your check right now? And can you afford the monthly payment? Because in the US, it's all about the monthly payment. I don't know why people that have no money, people that have no savings, broke as fuck, try to negotiate the cash price or the purchase price of something when they will never pay it down. When they will never pay it down because it's all about the monthly payment. It's all about the monthly payment. When I bought this house, this is a house, not an apartment. I'll be there. I'll be there with them later. I've been with them already all morning. I wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. I make breakfast for my kids. I wake up before my wife. My kids see me before they see my wife. All good, bro. All good. I'm gonna be done soon. Don't worry. I'm just waiting for my wife to tell me that she's ready. So we're just chilling here, bro. We're just chatting here. So, if you want to get a house, it's really all about if you can afford the monthly payment. And they calculate that based on your debt to income, like how much money you are obligated to pay. They don't look at car insurance, for example. Like if you have a $200, $300 car insurance payment, they don't look at that shit. They look at how much is your car loan if you have one. A credit card if you have an active balance or if you have an active payment plan. They'll look at that. They don't look at unpaid collections, but they'll look at currently on payment collections, right? Because your income is committed to that. That's all they look at, bro. Not expenses, but debt. And they have, they have some rules when they are in the underwriting, like how much they have allowances of to how much money, they will take into account as to how much is living expenses, right? So for example, if you're military and you get like a loan that's insured by the military, because you get extra benefits with that, what they'll do is if you make, let's say, hypothetically speaking, $2,000, in the loan, they can say, okay, well, your income is $2,000. 100% of that is $2,000, but we'll allow you 25% more. So we will, even though we know your income is $2,000, we will pretend it's $2,500 for the purpose of this loan because your loan is insured by the military, so it's less risk. So we're going to give you more allowance for your monthly income. That's an example. That's just an example, and that exists in other cases. But I'm just saying, it's super easy. You don't need to have 20-year credit history. You don't need to have loans or credit card bill. None of that shit. You don't need to have any of that shit. You just need to have 640 credit score, and in some cases less than that, some loans. But let's call it 640, which is if you done nothing with your credit except like a $200 credit card, or maybe not even that, you can get it. You can get a better credit score than that. 640, and your debt to income, not even the down payment, the 10%, 15 or 20%, not even that. If you're a first time buyer, there's a lot of programs that will give you the down payment as a loan, and you never have to pay the loan back unless you pay the house, unless you sell the house, unless you transfer ownership or sell it, or if you rent it. But if you own the house and you're living in the house, you owe that money, but you never have to pay. You never have to make monthly payments on it. It's forever frozen. You only have to pay the money back if you no longer have possession of the house. And even if you don't get those programs, you can go like to a brand new house builder, like one of those big companies, Lennar, HR, D8 Horton, whatever. And they'll have incentives like, hey, come buy a house and we'll cover all your closing costs and whatnot. You know? And if you get like the bad credit loan, for example, which is called FHA, you know, you got to get only like a 5% loan, something like that. Sorry, 5% down payment in some cases, 10. And you can get, you can do a lot of shit, bro. I'm just saying, it's easy. It's easy. And a broke person in the US, average broke person, will buy a brand new iPhone every year. Pretty much. iPhones are over $1,000 in 2025. They're no longer $700. They're over $1,000 in 2025. That's it. So you can buy a $1,000 iPhone. You can pay a $1,000 car payment because that's what people pay today for a car. You for sure can pay a mortgage. A mortgage is cheaper than a rent in the US. If you get a house, the exact same house, you will probably pay 50 to 100% more in rent than if it was a mortgage. Like, for example, my mortgage is $1,400, but I can rent the house for $3,000. 100% increase. That is what up, yo. Dominican Republic looks beautiful. Yeah, it's a nice place, bro. You should go there, bro. It's super cheap to go there. Go there. You don't need a visa. When you arrive at the airport, with your passport, I think your passport card even, you can bring if you're a U.S. citizen, but your passport, you pay like $20 at the airport and they'll give you the tourist visa. And you can stay there for a few months. My stepdad lived there forever, bro, until he died. He was American. Just get an Airbnb, bro. It's cheap. An Airbnb in Dominican Republic is monthly, nice place, secure, fully furnished, all utilities included. You have to worry about nothing. Only one payment is a lot cheaper than just the rent in the US on a crappy studio apartment in the fucking ghetto. You will pay $1,200 for a studio apartment in the ghetto in a city like Tampa, Florida, for example. $2,000 if it's in Miami. A studio apartment in the ghetto in Miami. $2,000. With that, bro, you can live a whole life in a place like Colombia or Dominican Republic. Which, by the way, I'm going to go back to Colombia probably in a couple months. So yesterday I didn't stream because I was out. I was getting my wife's passport yesterday. So we were doing that. I got already all the schooling stuff set up, ready to go from when I'm ready to move for my kids. So don't be surprised if in January I'm streaming in Colombia, bro. Live from Medellín, que lo que paisa. So we'll see what happens, bro. So yeah, man. My alarm, bro. See, got an alarm. Watch movies with kids on Tubi. I got a couple of movies, like old movies that I watched when I was a kid, and they're on Tubi. Tubi is like a really good place, bro. It's like the ghetto Netflix, but it's free. Netflix has ads. You pay for Netflix and you have ads, even if you pay. So why not the fuck go to Tubi? You get actually good ads on Tubi, like the major retailers and major companies are there, and you now have a big ass catalog of big ass movies from the big ass studios. So a lot of the great movies are, like not the big blockbuster movies from the theater, like the Tom Cruise or Schwarzenegger movies, but there are a lot of Schwarzenegger movies on Tubi. I was watching one the other day. Probably the best movie Arnold Schwarzenegger ever made, bro. It was Hercules in New York or something like that. Like he's the son of Zeus, right? He's Hercules, right? He's a Greek god, and he's like, I'm bored of being here. And I'm bored of living here. I'm bored, and Dad, I want to go to Earth. And the dad is like, Zeus is like, no, you're not gonna go. But I want to go there, and throws a fit. And then Zeus is like, oh, you want to go, you son of a bitch? And he takes a lightning and then throws it at him, like your mom would throw like the slippers at you. And he's just a spoiled brat, Hercules, Schwarzenegger, and he still goes anyway to Earth. And on Earth, he's like oblivious to everything. He's like, I'm Hercules. I don't have to work. I'm Hercules, bro. I'm a god. I don't have to do shit. People are like, bro, get on. You gotta go to work. Come on. They're like, I don't have to work, bro. I'm fucking Hercules. It's the best movie ever, bro. I started watching it and I fall asleep because I was tired already. But that movie is funny as fuck, bro. That movie is funny as fuck. Pantafola. What's Pantafola, bro? Pantafola. What is that, bro? Did you play Black Ops 7 campaign? No. I'm not going to play Black Ops 7 ever. I never really liked first-person shooter games, to be honest. The only one I ever played, well, Doom. I played that, but that was when I was a kid, when Doom came out. Okay, that's the different story. There was like no other game. That was like the coolest game. Pantufla. 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 FLA at the end, like Florida. So, but I don't play first-person shooters. The only first-person shooter I ever played that I actually I did end up getting into a lot was Call of Duty Black Ops 3. And that's because I had a bunch of friends that were playing it. Like actual friends, real friends. And they were like, yo, come play with us, because we used to play GTA, but they moved on to Black Ops 3. And they just bought the game for me, and I have it still. And, bro, I was rocking that shit, bro. I was using a Chronos Max USB stick, bro. And I was doing rapid fire with shotguns. Boom, 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 boom. That was amazing, bro. Flying, bro. I'm just jumping and shooting, bro. I'm a jumper. So yeah, man. I'm gonna try to do a stream tonight after the dinner, after the day's over. I'm gonna keep playing that game, bro. That game's super fun. What's it called? 5 Hearts on the One Roof. I mean, it's not really fun, but it's very fun to watch. Is that how you gotta cross the border, jump? No, bro. I am from a place that there's no border. I never had to cross the border, bro. I'm elite. I'm VIP, bro. That's not me, bro. I'm not a poor Hispanic. Sorry to disappoint. I'm not a bro. I didn't come from broke, bro. If anything, this is the brokest I ever been in my life. If anything. And I'm rich as fuck. I'm rich as fuck. How do you calculate wealth? How do you calculate if you're rich or wealthy? How do you come up with that? I'm fortunate enough that I don't have to work if I don't want to. So I'm fortunate because of that, and I do consulting. You guys probably, I said this before, I do consulting for a company, usually about 3 hours a day, Monday to Friday. Very chill, very chill. I do it from right here. This is my workplace right here. So I'm very fortunate. So I'm very lucky to have you guys. I'm very lucky to do this stream. That's why I say try to do a prayer at the beginning and say thank you, because we are fortunate to have the opportunity to do this, Not everyone can do this, bro. Not everyone can do this. Am I ready for the mansion update? Yes, I'm ready for that, actually. GTA was out, giving like twice double money for casino jobs, and like a bonus money for people to get a discount on the mansion. If broke people can buy a mansion, I don't want it. I want the minimum price for a mansion. Honestly, honest to God, I want it to be $20 million minimum. Or 30, 50, $50 million minimum. That's how much a mansion should cost. That's it. That's reality. A yacht is like $10 million. Like if you go buy a yacht or the Golden Jet airplane, those are $10 million. 10. So why would a mansion cost 10? It should cost 50, bro. It should cost 5 times more than the yacht. You got GTA Plus? Damn, bro. You're rich as fuck, bro. You're rich as fuck. Why you give that money to Rockstar, bro? Give it to someone else. Don't give it to Rockstar. They're billionaires, bro. They're billionaires, bro. Don't give your money to Rockstar. Give it to yourself. Give it to yourself, bro. I'd rather take those $10 and buy me like a coffee or something. Or a t-shirt or, you know, a USB cable or a $10 gadget. Something, bro. Something. Guys, I'm telling you. If you can work from home or if you don't have to go and commute every day to go to work and make a living, give it a try. Live overseas. You can go to Colombia. There's a lot of American people in Colombia. Lots of Europeans and Americans in Colombia. So you won't be totally alone. It's okay, bro. Nothing's going to happen to you. It's right there across the ocean. Right there, like south. You know, like from Florida to Colombia is like $100 a plane ticket. Just fucking go. Give it a try. Have some fun. Get your noodle wet. With a hot ass Colombian chick. Bro, there's no, even the ugly women in Colombia are hot. Just so you know. None of them are stuck. Like the percentage of women that are stuck up in Colombia is 1%, bro. Maybe less. Like out of 100 women that you see on the street, okay, 100 of all ages, okay, 10 may not be too pretty, but they're not ugly. They may be old or, you know, past their prime, but they're not hideous. They're still doable to some degree to some people. But okay, let's say 10 are ugly, if anything. So you got 90 that are good. And then out of those 90, they're super hot, bro. I'm talking about minimum is like a 6, bro. Like a 6 is actually rare. On average, they're all like an 8. A 9. An 8 or a 9, bro. Naturally. I'm telling you. Women in Colombia are like super hot, bro. 8 or 9, average. And almost none of them are stuck up or entitled or none of that crap, bro. None of that crap. Maybe out of the 90 that are super mega hot, 5 would be difficult. The rest, even if they're not into you, they're cool. They're cool girls. They have a good attitude and personality about themselves because it's about culture, bro. People here are always upset and angry. If you go around outside here, everyone that is out there in public, every stranger, for the most part, with almost no exception, they are hostile on every interaction to you. They're rude. They are fake polite. Please and thank you. That's fake polite. They're rude. They're always in a bad mood. And they're entitled. Bro, you a bitch, bro. You got to clean your own house. If you got to clean your own house, to me, you're a bitch. I don't give a damn where you work at, bro. You a whore. You a bitch. You a bitch-ass slave. I don't even like when they clean when I'm at home. If you want to clean, I cannot be at the house. And I like my house clean, bro. You see, I'm always organized, bro, and shit. Look, this is my private studio. No one else comes here. Just me. Look, all my shit is neat and organized. You see, bro? You see, bro? You see, bro? My wife is hot as fuck. Hot as fuck. My kids are beautiful. I don't gotta go to work. I'm lucky enough to spend all day with them at home if I want to, and I do. I can come here and do this shit. You know? Why wouldn't I be thankful to God? And why would I let some entitled bitch that thinks that because they're a slave to some work or job, they can be arrogant and entitled over fucking rafkong, bro? I'm the top. I'm the cream of the cream, bro. Okay, I'm like the top of the line, bro. I'm the top of the line, bro. Let's see. You only pay GTA Plus to help with your friends and give them benefits like this month. Okay. Yeah, GTA Plus is high. It's just a money pit, bro. That's just a money pit. You're leaving, bro. You please, yeah, man. Nice to see you, bro. As always, I appreciate it. Let's give a shout out to Bloodshot, bro. Bloodshot came on first time on stream. He was like, bro, you don't play GTA on PS5? I like, no, bro, I don't have it. He's like, bro, I'm gonna hook you up. And he hooked me up immediately, bro. He hooked us up. Not me. Us. Everyone here. As the only donation. Actually, not the only. Is it the only one? Yeah, it's the only one. And that's, you know what? I want to keep it like that, bro. I want to keep it like that. I don't want your money. I want the views. I don't want your money. I don't want your money. Let other people give us the money, bro. Let other people that are rich like me support the stream, bro. If you gotta work 1 hour to make $20, don't go and spend the $20 for someone on stream. Don't go and give it to Rockstar for GTA Plus, bro. It takes you 1 hour to make $20. Keep it in your pocket. Keep it in your pocket, bro. Drink it. Buy a beer. Eat it. Take a girl out on a date. You can't do a date with $20. You know, you can. You just gotta be creative and fun, bro. The date is not about taking a girl to an expensive place. The date is about having fun with the girl. You know, selling her the package, the product, which is you. Okay, so you gotta be on your toes, baby. What do I think about weekly update event on GTA? Is trash. I'm just waiting for the mentions update. I thought it's probably going to be next week. I thought they were going to do it this week for Black Friday. I'm surprised they didn't do it for Black Friday, considering the fact that December is on Monday, the 1st. So I think the mentions are going to come out. If they don't come out next week, at the beginning of December, that means that Rockstar is not interested in releasing them at the beginning of December, but we know it's going to come in December anyways. So I think they're going to give it to us for Christmas. Like the snow. You're live streaming on Twitch now? That's fantastic, bro. Everyone should stream just because. just because. Just to make your presence exist, you know? I like streaming, bro. I'm so sorry. I missed streaming before for a few weeks there. Got me depressed even, bro. In the time I was not streaming, a lot of shit happened in the streaming world. Maybe it's not a coincidence. You know? The most notable thing that happened was Hassan Piker shocking his dog. That guy's a fucking asshole, bro. Hassan Piker. First of all, he's stupid. He's not really smart. What he is though, he's lucky. He was born under the right family, but he's as dumb as they come, as stupid as they come. He's not even. Of course, he's a streamer, and as a streamer, he has some talents. Yes, but that's not why Hassan Piker is so successful. It's because of his family. You know, he. If you guys know, there's a guy called Shank Uger. He owns a network called the Young Turks, TYT. They're in YouTube everywhere. They're of course they're news. They're progressive. He's from Turkey, like Hassan Piker. He's Hassan Piker's uncle, and he is part of the mainstream media industrial complex, because mainstream media is an industry of propaganda. It's designed to create opinion, manipulate opinion, and create facts or erase facts. They say the history is written by the victor, right? You never see the losing side writing the history books. That's the same thing with news. You got to see it like that, okay? They are trying to write history for their side, and because they want their side to win. So you don't have to have necessarily a plot where you sit down and had a meeting about this, but it's just the way it is. So Hassan Piker is part of that. Hassan Piker is actually being propped up, okay, to try to be like the leftist influencer streamer to counter people like Joe Rogan, which is not really right wing or anything. He's kind of smart. He says smart things sometimes when he's repeating knowledge that he learned. So he's good at that. He's very good at memorizing things. So he seems to be intelligent because he's just repeating knowledge. But when it comes to discernment, when it comes to actually analyzing the reality and the facts, he's not very good at it. He's actually a bit of a sheep, bro. Total sheep. So, but Hassan, because Joe Rogan was that guy, was supposed to be that guy. He's supposed to be the leftist guy that, the left side, the left wing culture politicians could rely on to rally perhaps the segment of the vote, the young people, or the people that are not watching mainstream news, right? The people that cut the cable, that are on the internet watching streamers. So they need the Hassan Piker for that. They have this other kid on TikTok, I forgot his name, to counter Nick Fuentes. I don't watch any of these people, bro. I'm just saying that's just the reality of things. How do I know it? I just know these things, bro. It's kind of my world. So it's all bullshit, bro. So Hassan is really a dumbass. That part of his success is his work as a streamer, because he does do streaming content. But the whole being popular and the whole political stuff, that is all him being propped out and being forced to do that, bro. Okay? He has to do it because he was promised the top spot. You're going to be the top dog. You're going to be the top dog in the whole world. You're going to be the top streamer, and you're going to be the most powerful streamer because we back you down. That's why Twitch never bans him. That's why Twitch never bans him. What up, Rene Gonzalez? Look at my turkey, bro. We're eating this bird right here, bro. So yeah, it's Thanksgiving, bro. You want me to bring you some turkey, bro? Yo, I paid $7.85 for this turkey, and there were turkeys that were less than $5. Happy Thanksgiving, bro. Yo, I'm gonna bring you some turkey, bro. Gonna eat this bad boy, bro. So yeah, um, I'm gonna relax when I do my streamings, bro. I'm not gonna worry about nothing, bro. I don't need to do this shit for money, bro. Yo, baby, we're not doing GTA today. I don't have time to do GTA today. Um, I'm waiting for the Mansions update to drop. I'm waiting for that to drop, bro. So we can run some GTA again. Because GTA 6 was delayed. We were supposed to be playing that shit by now. And then it got delayed until May. And now it got delayed again until November. Which makes sense. Why wouldn't you release your game on the weekend right before Black Friday? That's like the best time of the year to give a boost of sales. Because you're going to have... The gamers are going to buy the game no matter what. No matter when you release the game. No matter when you release the game, you're going to destroy sales records. Everyone is going to go flock and buy the game. Every gamer in the world is going to want to buy this game. But if you release it in the week of Black Friday, where most parents shop traditionally for the Christmas presents, parents, grandparents, uncles, not only now you have the gamers buying GTA, but you now also have the parents and the grandparents and the uncles buying GTA for their grandkids and their kids and their nephews and nieces. Oh, I want to get this game for my nephew, bro, for Christmas. There you go, bro. Black Friday. They're going to get, even if they're not going to get GTA on sale, but they're going to buy it on Black Friday. You know what I'm saying? That's the game, and that's a smart game to play. Rockstar is gonna have so many sales in the first 72 hours of GTA 6 release that is gonna be impossible to beat that record. Only a game bigger than GTA 6 can beat that record. Okay? And as it stands right now, there is not a game bigger than GTA 5. 5. So GTA 5's record is so big that in 12, almost 13 years, it still stands by a far distance. No one has ever come close to touch it, except GTA 6. So GTA 6 is going to beat the sales records of GTA 5, and probably the only game that will beat the sales records of GTA 6 is going to be GTA 7. Probably. Because if history speaks, no other game will be able to accomplish that. GTA is just too big. And you know why it's too big? Because they made it well. It's a game that attracts multiple people. Every kind of people, not just one kind of people. You got GTA, bro? Where you got GTA? You know what? I was watching the other day. I was curious because I never actually did watch. Like in 2022, there were some leaks, the GTA 6 leaks. I never watched those. I knew about them, but I never saw them. So I got I went and looked up for the video and I found it and I was watching the leaks, bro. It's on Daily Motion, by the way. You can Google GTA 6 leaks Daily Motion and you'll see the video pop up on Google. I can't play because Rockstar is copyright striking, DMCM, whatever, bro. Anyone that plays that, bro. But it's on Daily Motion. I get you GTA 6. You're gonna get me GTA 6, bro? Bro, GTA 6 is gonna cost about $80 to $100. No joke. $80 to $100. Because Rockstar already treats GTA 5 as two separate games. Okay? Rockstar already treats GTA 5 as one game and GTA Online as another game. You can even buy GTA Online by itself. I get you GTA 6. And then you said some numbers. I'm not going to say the numbers, bro. You know, that's actually old meme, bro. Like 6-7 is dead, bro. That's like old. That's old, bro. That's old. You're outdated, bro. You're outdated. Red Dead Remaster? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm 100% sure that I am not gonna buy Red Dead Redemption Remaster. It's stupid, bro. It's just a way of, if I never had played the game or if I don't have the game, I think I have the game somewhere. I don't know, in a library somewhere. I think it's on PS Plus or something like that. But you know, buying remasters, that's like double dipping, bro. It's double dipping. It's double dipping. Okay. Rockstar released many years ago the GTA trilogy, which included GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and San Andreas. And I bought those as soon as they came out, and I have those. They're the original games bought for PS4, right? Or PS5. And then they released a few years later the enhanced, or whatever it's called. The one where they had to do all the graphics and people were making fun of the graphics. You know? So that was like double triple dipping, bro. Not only do I have the trilogy, I also have GTA Vice City and GTA 3 and San Andreas on Android, which I bought like in 2013 or no 2000, yeah, something 2012. Something like that, bro. It's crazy. Dirt Burger, bro. Yo, welcome back, bro. Welcome back. I was told you were missing in action, bro. Do not be missing in action, bro. Do not be missing in action, bro. I'm sorry I failed you. I couldn't stream. I was out. I was dealing with some personal illnesses. So sorry I couldn't stream, bro. Don't be sad. Don't be down. Come back, bro. Forget about the sadness, bro. Just don't worry about nothing, bro. It's irrelevant. You already sad? You're already sad, bro. Yeah, just I know this is the worst advice always, but it is what it is, bro. If you're already just embrace it, live with it. Nothing we can do, right? The Dirt Burger, bro. Your name is making me hungry, bro. Yeah, where's this woman, bro? Work has been hard volunteering a heritage line. Okay, hey, it's good. If you're keeping busy, bro, that's good, bro. Yo, I streamed 2 days ago. You can check out the VOD on YouTube if you want to check out that stream. I was playing this game, this Korean game called Five Hearts on the One Roof. I'm gonna play it again, bro. I'm gonna play it again. Not on this stream. I don't have time to play right now, bro. But I'm gonna try to make a stream tonight after my Thanksgiving dinner, bro. Look at my turkey right here. Look at that turkey, bro. But look at that body. You gotta look at that body. You gotta look at that body. You gotta look at that body. Gotta look at that body. Gotta look at that body. Call you master, bro. I'm the master, bro. I'm not gonna call anyone master, bro. You call me master, bro. I'm your master, bro. And you the slave. Yeah, it was a short stream. It was like an hour, like 2 hours, bro. Something like that. Hour and a half. It wasn't that long, bro. Yo, let me call my wife, bro. Where's she at? iPhone 11, baby. I don't need to buy no new iPhone. It's stupid. I don't need a new iPhone. What's the point? There's nothing to gain from a new iPhone. It's no innovation. That is like, bro, I got to upgrade. This phone, I break the screen. I buy one for $20 and I replace it. I had this phone for 7 years almost. 6 years and 3 months. I had this phone, bro. My God, bro, it's raining. Let me show you. You can't, probably can't see it. It's fucking raining, bro. Maybe you can hear it. Yeah, you can see it now. I had the patio totally cleaned out, bro, because the hurricane season. Maybe I shouldn't have done it. But I was expecting hurricanes this year. I was expecting hurricanes this year, bro. So. I love the rain. Driving in the rain is one of my favorite things to do. I really like it. Driving in the rain. Yo, you gonna shower, bro? You gonna shower, bro? That's good, bro. You should shower. You should shower. You should shower. Can't wait to shovel some snow, bro. We don't have snow here right now, but we might. Who knows? It looks like the Earth's axis is moving. You know? Because The other day, I was reading and I saw that people in North Florida, they could see the aurora borealis, and you can only see that shit when you're all the way up north or down south, like in the poles or close to the poles. So I don't know what's going on. Why was the aurora borealis visible from here, from South USA? That is not. I don't know what's going on with that, bro. It's really raining now. In Florida, the brown, it goes, the grass gets brown starting in October. It's super green, like starting in April or March. And, it grows so much during May, June, July, August, September. And then it stops growing at all. Like, totally stops growing at the beginning of October. And it turns brown. It turns brown. Like, right now, I only have to do the lawn. Like, I only have to mow it between now and April. I'll probably only have to mow it down, like, 4 times. 3 or 2. It depends on how much. If I don't want to, I don't have to do it. Nothing. Until March. Until March. Water is getting in. Let me shut this down. You guys like Nintendo games? Like the Mario crap? Any of that stuff? Oh, look, I got a bird in my post. Ah, it flew away. I had nests. Like sometimes the birds, like that place over there. That place on there. That place on there where you can see the seating, where you have the plant with the pink, purple leaves or whatever. Bro, birds nest in there. I have found snakes crawling on top over it. You're sitting down and there's a snake on top of you, literally. I got a bunch of snakes in this yard. I have 3 cats. Dexter, that's my cat. He's indoors. I had it for 15 years. Okay, we got a bird back. Let me see if I can show you guys. Right there. Anyway, there's a bird over there. And he just flew away. Okay, it's back. It's now. See, I told you it's on the tree now. at the pole. It's right there. Right here. It's fucking moving. It was here before. One of these branches, and now it flew up here. I hang shade sails from here. I have other poles. I have 4. Look at that fucker. It's taking a shower in the rain. He's taking a bath in the rain. It's pretty cool. I used to do that when I was a kid in Dominican Republic. Like every time it rained, all the kids in the neighborhood, bro, came out. All the kids in the neighborhood came out. But I don't do it here in the Tampa Bay area because there's a high risk of getting hit by lightning if you go out. Like literally, boom, you're gonna explode. Like there's a really, really high chance that you can get hit by lightning. So I don't do it. That's why you got the team here, Tampa Bay Lightning, the hockey team. Let me shut this down. Water. All right, my peeps. I don't know if there's anyone watching. If there's anybody left, say what's up. What is wrong here? Where's the woman? It was supposed to only be like a 20-minute live stream. Where's the woman, bro? Anyway, friends, thanks for watching on Kick. Thanks for watching on Twitch. Thank you for watching on YouTube. We appreciate it. All of us, we are a community combined. We want to thank you for your presence. We want to say happy Thanksgiving. If you don't have anyone to celebrate with, go to the Discord and give it a shout out to your bros. You're not alone. I hope you all have a good day. I'm going to go downstairs and start cooking. Y ya tú sabes, papá, que lo que es.